So what I can do is I can use this command in this program, import numpy as np, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. I've got x is equal to this, similarly y is equal to this. Okay, so in between 5 to 100, or you can put 50 to 160. You have got this range for y, this range for x. Okay, right, this is how you can get all the values randomly from numpy itself. Okay, from matplotlib you have to plot something, plt.plot within bracket x versus y, and then plt.show to show the graph. Let me save this program first. We need to use some more commands for good amount of visualization, or good visualization, proper visualization of data with proper maybe that you would talk about the text and notations in x-axis and y-axis, in color format, in dotted line format as well. So all such notations can be used properly because of using some functions which will be working under numpy or matplotlib. Okay, so let me save it. The name of the file could be visual test 123. Okay, yeah, so save it, run it. It will pop up a particular window. Yeah, and this is how we have got the graph. Again, notice it that the graph is coming in blue color. So can we change the color? So here in plot command, okay, one more thing, you cannot use this plot command after show. So there is an order of using these two commands, plot and show command. Okay, so plot x comma y comma plt.plot, where x comma y comma third parameter will decide whether what will be the color. If you write here G means green color, B means blue color, K means black color. Okay, R matlab red color. Okay, now let's see, we'll use it. The visualization will be coming in red color. Okay, now if I'll use it with G, then it will be coming with green color. Right, now what we have to do, I want to put it through star. So instead of continuous line, some stars will be printed. Some star will be printed on those locations. Okay, and what do I want? I want to connect all the stars also. I want to connect the stars also with different graph, and that graph would be line graph. So if we will be requiring two graphs basically now. So what we'll do, we have written already this thing. So before this, copy it and paste it without color and something. If you want to give the color also, you can give color like red. So now one continuous line will be plotted. If no notation is being given, then this character will tell us whether which color will be printed. Okay, now let me save it and let us run it also. So green are showing you the dots, and this red is coming to connect with all the dots. Okay, along with that we need to put some notations in x-axis. So plt dot x label, within bracket x axis, likewise for y axis, and this will be y label. So label will give you the clarity whether why did you use this axis for. Right, so here axis is coming, y axis is coming. Okay, so this is called as labeling, label of x axis and y axis. Right, now if you want to use, if you want to give the title of this graph that this graph shows you x-axis versus y-axis, or time versus temperature. So what you can do, you can use plt dot title within bracket. Title of the graph is suppose time versus temperature. We save it and run it. Got it? So here we've got the label also and the title also, sorry, and automatically these axes are designed automatically. The value of these, you know, pixel these values of x-axis and y-axis been used or designed, right? So what if I'll change the range 550 to 1000 and 50 to 160? So let me save it and run it. See, automatically the value have got changed. In x-axis we have got 1000 values, right? Every time this graph will be different. Notice it. Notice it. Yeah, so again this graph is different. Where to start this graph? Here, from here your graph will be started, and here it will be ended. However, you are not sure that your graph is started from this point or from this point. So what you can do, you can write a text, start and end. Okay, start and end. So where do you want to write this text? So you have a command called plt.text. Where do you want to write this text? Suppose at 10, 10 or 50, 50, you want to write something, and the text is hello. Just a simple text. So 50, 50, okay, 50, 50 is very less. Hello is coming here. So we want to give somewhere here. So it will be 400, 100. So let me change the values here. 400, 100. Let me save it and run it. See, so I want to write either this is your start or this is your start. Which one is your end? So what you can do, instead of these values, what you can do, you can check the initial first value of x and y. So you can write here x 0, y 0. This is your start, right? Similarly, you can copy it and paste it. You can write here end. Instead of this, it will be -1. We don't know whether the length of this data would be only 10. Here, instead of 10, they could be 30. They could be 30. But yes, it should be having equal dimension. Sorry, equal amount of data. Both the axes must have equal amount of data, so that you should form the coordinates. If coordinate will not be found, then the use cases of this kind of operation or that data which you have available in one of the array can't be utilized. Okay, so let's save it and run it now. So automatically, yeah, start is printed here and is printed here, because we have got 100 or 500 values. Now if I'll okay, 30 values here, so we'll use only 10, so that it should be a proper graph. Yeah, see, so this is your start, this is your end. Any problem, anyone? Any problem, anyone? New output window, where is the figure on?
Sir, what?
np.random dot couple of other commands can be used instead of this. Even one library is there called random library. You can use that library also. You can use np.random.random library, random.random function, and you can multiply it with any particular value, and then also you can make that an integer form. It does not matter. Any question, please? Yes, please. Somebody is asking.
Hello, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, actually, these kind of data visualization program before in MATLAB and Octave. So in Python, are we getting any sort of more advantage, or is there anything like that?
No, it's not like this. See, Python is open source library. However, Octave and this MATLAB is totally closed source. You need to install a heavy software first in your system, right? And because Python is easy,
Yes.
Python is open
Yeah.
source, so it will be updated all the time, and those updated functions will be available for you for without cost, isn't it? So this is the advantage.
Yes. Right. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so now let me go ahead. Okay, so one more thing, instead of using two.
अगर हम हेलो
Yes, yes, yes.
सर अगर विजुअलाइजेशन के लिए सर क्या ये सब सीखना मतलब कौन ज़्यादा अच्छा रहेगा, ये अच्छा रहेगा या फिर टैब अच्छा रहेगा?
Okay, if you want to be a coder, then this thing is good. If you want to be an analyst, then Tableau is good. Then EDA tool is good. Then that Simulink is good. Okay, sir. Hello. Hello.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yes. So your voice is not audible. So let me go ahead, and if you'll ask something, I'll answer it also. So in plt.plot, so here we have you.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Sir, would you please be kind to repeat that thing?
Which one?
I mean, if I want to be a coder or if
Yeah.
I want
See,
to be an analyst.
if you want to be the analyst, so it does not matter for you to use coding always, and this programming language always, right? So you should not be restricted for one of the language, right? If you want to be the analyst,
Okay.
also the coder, or also the programmer, then you should go with Python along with R language also. R is very similar to Python. If you would understood or if you'll understand that Python
Yes,
language,
sir.
I'm sure R is quite easy. Even R is quite, I mean, simplest than Python also. A person, even a child, and R is designed in such a way that even a new I mean school going kid also wants to learn that. It will be easy to start with Python, R language for data analytics. But there you need to understand how to write for loop, how to write conditional statement, how to write functions, right? The syntax of writing those things could be different. Syntax of all the use cases or all the requirements in basic or core of the language could be different in all the programming platforms, right? C could have different syntax, Python could have different syntax, but I'm sure the concept of using all those keywords or all those topics would be same in all the languages. Shall I go ahead now? So you can remove this
Yes,
line.
sir, please.
You can remove this line from here. Instead of plt.plot, plt.plot accepts all the um, all the graphs or all the all the values of different graphs in one of the line itself. So this pair will be for first graph, this pair will be for another graph. Okay, if you will not use this thing, then this pair of two values will be for one graph, this pair of other values will be for another graph. Okay, right? And the color of this particular pair would be blue. It will be blue and it will be green with with the star. Instead of star, you can use cap. Cap would be giving you triangles. Likewise, you can use hash. There are multiple notations that you have available. And if you want to know more about it, like I told, you can go on matplotlib.org and you can find out the documentation of this particular thing, right? And I'm pretty sure there are three platforms where you can read, where you can study the basics of all these libraries. The one is instructables, the second is w3schools.com, right? You can go on GitHub also for the documentation. You can go on GitHub also for documentation, right? So apart from this, I'll suggest you that try to find out the requirement first, and then write that requirement to search on Google. You'll find out couple of different platforms and ways of representing that problem statement, or section of problem statement in different ways. Either your logic is concerned, or either your syntax is concerned in any particular programming language. Should I go ahead now? So let's execute it first. See, start and end, and the color of this graph would be blue. What if I have copied this data again, and I've got two different variables, p and q. So I can write here p comma q, p comma q. Now this would have, because this pair has got blue color, then this pair would be getting different color, maybe orange or red or something else. So colors are on the priority basis, right? Automatically Python selects the color based on priority. The highest priority they used to start with the color of blue, okay? And they used to decide their own opacity of the color and the contrast of the color as well, okay? And if you want to adjust the opacity and color combination, or you want to change the font size or font type of the text, that you can do it through this command called text itself. And there are many multiple commands. Even I did not tell you all the commands yet. There are hundreds of commands which are actually in use for specific purposes, right? These are the commands which I have told you to have the visualization, okay? So let me show you once again with this thing, right? So here we have got two different graphs, and these are clearly visible. So you can have two different graphs, three different graphs, four different graphs on one single window itself, okay? So this orange one is the second one, and the first one is blue one, right? This is your start, this is your end. So it depends how creative you are for visualization. For having great visualizations on any particular window, before that try to visualize it in your mind. If you have visualized everything in your mind, then same thing must be written using some commands which will be helping you to design that structure or the order of writing the commands as well, right? At the last, every time in the last or in the end of the program, you should use plt.show. If you'll use plt.show in between here, then this thing will not be coming, right? So you should use this plt.show command at the end of the rand end will produce 5 different integer values between. Yeah, some people are giving the answer. Thank you so much. Okay, so should I go ahead now? So this is the small part where we can use NumPy and Matplotlib. After this, I'll move on to the next topic of having discussion upon supervised and unsupervised library, or unsupervised algorithm, couple of algorithms which will help us to design some good amount of programs. Also, we can analyze some data related to some problem. Suppose like today I was visiting an industry where they're interested to build a specific solution for automobile industry. They're needing couple of parameters. Suppose they have vibration, they have temperature, they have current, they have voltage, they have rotation, they have speed of the machine, right? That rotor is rotating. What is the frequency over there? What are the vibrations which are coming up? What is the noise level of that machine is coming up? How much power that machine is taking or consuming right now? And how many pieces that machine is producing? If that is a lathe machine, if that is a CNC machine. So how many products are being cutted, drilled. So many such datas which machine is producing or is doing a task. These parameters must be automatically coming reported to one of the server. So that is the part of IoT. But after getting that data at one of the server, for multiple machines, thousands of machines, you have to analyze whether how many machines are doing good in 1 month, how many machines are consuming more power, and such analysis would be done based on the data that you have available, isn't it? Right? So there you don't need machine learning. So there you could get values of those machines of different parameters in x and y. You could have x as time, right? Every minute, every hour you have got the values. So you have got x, right? The interval of x would be 1 hour. You would be analyzing it for 24 hours per day, per week, per month, per year, likewise, so that your performance of the plant can be analyzed. And then y would be the parameter. It could be temperature, it could be humidity, it could be current, likewise different parameters. You could have current versus noise cancellation also. And now the proper visualization is required. Without that you cannot take decisions. You cannot run your plant properly. There was a problem in a plant, and they were not getting the good amount of accuracy, because every plant, suppose I am producing one of the PCB circuit, right? Our Techinus is the ODM company as well. We used to design original designs for the other products of the company. So we have designed many products for different companies or countries as well. So what happened is, we have designed the original design of the product, but after that for mass manufacturing we used to give it to other industries. Okay, there they used to take it with the with the agreement of 2 to 3% of or 1 to 3% of maybe error rate, or you can say the production quality or improvement rate also. So out of 100 pieces, at least 2 pieces will be wasted. If instead of 2 pieces, 3 pieces, 4 pieces, 5 pieces are being wasted, so it will be a huge loss for a company, right? Either for that plant, either for that customer. Okay, so how can you test, how can you analyze whether because of what that plant is not producing the right result or good amount of production? And every production unit in India, not in India, everywhere in the world, is requiring some analysis. So think about it. And how many parameters do we have? Let's talk about nature. In nature, there are thousands of parameters that you can that you can think of. Okay, every parameter need to be analyzed on location basis, people basis, on timing basis. I cannot tell you that how much data analysis is required. So in recent or near future, I'm sure millions of people will be requiring for such analysis in the world. Now if you are seeking the opportunity for getting generated your interest into this field, which may lead you, which is a good initiative, I'm sure, which may lead you to go and jump into machine learning later on, and deep learning later on, to design some good accurate models, and can be used for some good products in future for artificial intelligence, right? So think about it. The journey you can start by today. It will be little harder, like you understand you are already in NIT and you really worked hard for getting the admission into it, right? And I'm sure after this you'll have some more aim going into IITs for MTech and for research also. Maybe you'll be trying hard to get the dream job in Google or IBM or good companies. If you're willing to go there with the profile of data scientist or machine learning algorithm developer or AI developer, then I'm sure this is the base that we are talking about. So think about the visualization as much as possible, and those jobs could be either as a analyst or either as the coder or programmer for analyst or analysis, like one of the company that is Sellable Technologies, which was started 5 years back, I guess, and they're there in Jaipur itself. They were old enough, but they have picked up the business in last 5 years, and they have started for data science only. So what they're doing, they are hiring people for data science itself. They're getting a couple of resources or data of different companies of different products, and they have resource team which works on such data sets to generate new insights, so that production capacity, performance capacity, cost reduction, future progress, many parameters can be analyzed. Okay, and think about one more example. However, examples that I have given are already enough, but one more example I think can give you more clarity, more bigger picture for the vision also in this domain. See, I was preparing couple of ODMs. I mean the original design for the products. So what happened? Suppose I was designing a product for automobile industry or agricultural land, right? I was designing some product for healthcare sector also. So I was confused. I was very it was very dicey for me to just decide whether I should go with this product or not for mass production or not, because in development there could be 20 lakh 50 lakhs of investment, but later while going with the production it may be the huge investment for producing thousands of units or lakhs of units, isn't it? In India initially, procuring of component, there is an art of procuring of component also, where to procure. So you should have data also, you should have sites also which all automatically checks the data or the prices of the same product from different mass manufacturers or suppliers. Now let's talk about the analysis based on the product. Before launching the product, can we get the analysis do having some campaigns launched in different scales in India for different age of people in India, and check whether in which section, in which area of India, for which state we can launch this product, for which age group we can use we can launch this particular product, in what cost the people are interested to buy this product initially, right? Even if your cost of the product initially you are putting in 5,000 rupees, and if you have to sell that product in 4,500 with the loss of 500 rupees also, you should do it. But keeping in mind with that campaign that if production capacity which you are producing right now as 1,000 pieces per month to 50,000 pieces per month, then what will happen? There will be 6 lakh pieces per year, and then your cost instead of 5,000 could be reduced to 2,000 rupees, and then the gap of 2,500 rupees will be the profit. So it's an art of visualizing and analyzing your requirement. So can you prepare? I mean, if I'll be the data miner, data mining is one of the huge section right now. People are not getting the right authentic data. Google is giving data, many other platforms are giving data, but how will get to know whether this is authentic or not? So can you prepare a company? Can you prepare, or can you start a startup of generating or mining some data, the authentic data that can help other industries to build their own products, and that you can sell in good amount of money, even if they are requiring some good analysis on that data also, that you can help them out. And I'm sure in upcoming years thousands of startups are required. Thousands of, I'm not telling about even hundreds, thousands of startups are required in India itself. Few startups will be related to healthcare domain only, few startups must be related to agricultural domain only, because the biggest invention can be happening in India in medical science and agricultural land only. The other automation, maybe the industrial automation, are already on track. So I have taken at least 20 minutes just to explain to you the importance of this field, also the importance of what has made you learn about these command.